Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more back to thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Oh yeah, yeah. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way.
Hello, friends and neighbors of District 7 and the Greater St. Petersburg community. Welcome to the District 7 newsletter. Today is 7/7/23, and we would like to take a few moments to review some of the achievements of our representative on the City Council, Brother John Mahamet. Over the past 9 months, Council Member Mohammed has worked diligently to uplift and support residents of our district by advocating for small businesses, addressing social justice issues, fostering community engagement, and so much more.
In this brief video presentation, we will share with you some of the work that is being done to build a stronger, more prosperous, and inclusive district.
But he can't do it alone. He needs your help. There are many ways you can get involved and make a difference right here in our community. So, if you haven't already, I encourage you to take the District 7 survey and subscribe to our newsletter at www.d7speaks.com.
By subscribing, you'll be the first to know about upcoming events, initiatives, and opportunities to get involved. Together, we can continue to build a stronger, more inclusive District 7. And once again, we would like to thank you for your dedication to our community and taking a few moments to review a little bit of the work being done to create a brighter future for District 7.
Let us begin by highlighting Council Member Mohammed's commitment to supporting small businesses and promoting economic development. During Small Business Week, Brother John stood alongside Mayor Ken Welch, Council Chair Brandy Gabbard, and other members of the Council, as well as city staff, to announce the allocation of $1.35 million to support small businesses in South St. Pete. Council Member Mohammed was also blessed to read a proclamation declaring Small Business Week during the launch of the Microfund Grant Program, which provides financial assistance to local entrepreneurs. Through these initiatives, we aim to foster economic growth and sustainability within our district.
Brother John also took time to meet with small business owners in our district, including a stop at the Tasty Treat Cafe, and participating in the ribbon-cutting ceremony of Sid's and the Catalyst on the Deuces. These establishments mark the opening of new spaces for meeting, collaboration, and contribute to the economic development of our district.
Recognizing the importance of a thriving business community, Council Member Mohammed is actively working with local business owners to organize the 49th Street Business Association. This initiative aims to unite local entrepreneurs, encourage collaboration, and support economic growth and development along the corridor.
Moving on to community engagement and outreach, Council Member Mohammed has been actively participating in neighborhood association meetings, providing opportunities for residents to voice their concerns, share ideas, and work together towards community improvement.
He has also held several one-on-one meetings with constituents on various topics, in addition to hosting 2 town hall gatherings to ensure their voices are heard and their concerns are addressed effectively. This direct engagement with the community allows him to understand the needs of our district and work with others to find the best solutions.
Council Member Mohammed has also recognized the outstanding contributions of individuals through the Sunshine Ambassador Awards. These awards celebrate those who are making a positive impact in our community and inspiring others to follow in their footsteps.
In addition, he actively participated in outreach efforts with the Urban Affairs Department, is co-hosting regular community canvases and cookouts, while also attending community events to engage with residents, listen to their concerns, and work towards finding solutions that.
You are listening to 99 Jams Carefest, the radio new morning show, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. And I am the one and only Mr. Edmond with the co-pilot.
You seen the dream.
Green. Got Professor Donnie on the 1s and 2s right now.
Listen, I try to do.
We going up on this Freestyle Friday. It's Freestyle Friday. And if you want to call in, 727-637-2416. That's 727-637-2416. Call in and tell us what's your freestyle on this Freestyle Friday. What's good, Brother Hoods? We loaded and we hot.
You hot?
All right, so we hot and ready to go, right?
Crispy.
Fantastic. So there was a question put out by Mr. Evan. He just said, "What's good, brotherhood?" And we say everything is good in the neighborhood, big brothers. And the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is brought to you by See That. Oh no, we got to get that harmony together, y'all. Can we get the harmony together? It's brought to you by See That. Can we do that one more time? We almost like the 3 heartbeats in this thing, man. We need 2 more heartbeats, don't we? All right, so let's hit it one more time. We're brought to you by See That. Good, and we were redefining what is cool because smart is the new
gangster.
Y'all best believe it. Y'all best believe it. Thank you so very much for waking up with us this morning. Like Mr. Edmond said, 99.1 FM, WUJM 99 Jams, the Bird, Carry Festa Radio. And we will start by, let's take us around the world. That cool, brother? Can we do that, Mr. Edmond?
Yeah.
It's the president, Mr. Edmond. Not just Mr. Edmond, Mr. President, Mr. Edmond. All right, so here we go. Want to go west to east? Let's start west to east.
Okay.
Start with the good old-fashioned USA, US of A, that gives us good morning, hello, howdy, how you doing, how to do, what they do, what it is,
what the business is.
What's the mathematics? What's the mathematics? We got Canada, we have English and French, so we'll say good morning, or they may say bonjour.
Bonjour.
As we move down, let's hit Central America since we're this close. Let's hit Mexico DF, Mexico DF, the District Federal of Mexico. Oh, and it is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes, it is.
The entire from the 15th of September to the 15th of October, right? So in celebrating that, we want to make sure we celebrate our multi-ethnic and lingualness in this beautiful band of brothers and sisters that we have for the Breakfast Club. So we'll say Buenos dias in Mexico. We'll say Wagwan in Brazil, in Belize, because Belize is there she is. All right. Since Belize is an Anglophone nation, they speak English in British Honduras. We'll say Wagwan. Or everything I read, like they say in Jamaica. They say the same thing in Jamaica, no? Oh.
For that. No.
Reality radio, folks. How we sounding on?
What going on?
How we sounding? Is it?
I would like that $1 million mindset, not $1 million mouth. My dog.
Yeah, Qiana's in the house.
Good morning.
There you go.
We were missing that.
So as we fly around this planet Earth, we go to let's hop right to South America, man. Let's say bom dia, like they were saying in Portuguese.
Bom dia.
Bom dia, that's in Brazil. The vast majority of our family is in Brazil. When I say family, I mean American African peoples. Brazil has more quote unquote black people than any other place in the planet, but Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria. Okay. Yeah, Nigeria as a country. Yeah, and then you got Brazil. So that's it. Brazil is our little Nigeria of the West. We have Haiti. In Creole, they say sacre passé. And you know, for the Zoes, you know, the answer to that one is Nabule. All right. We have, again, in Spanish-speaking Caribbean, we have Cuba, we have Puerto Rico, we have La República Dominicana, and they would say buenos dias or hola bueno, or they would say que pasa, que tal, all those fly. Hopping over on the African continent, let's take the continental language of Kiswahili, and we will say habari gani, what's the news? Because we are the news, right?
Yes, we are.
Cool. Let's hop off the African continent. Let's go to the Asian continent.
Wait. So wait. While we hopping on, we got to do Unune Swalid.
Because we love Libra season so much.
Yeah, and today's my birthday.
And we love our birthday girl. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Our harmonies was tight on that.
Oh, yeah, it was. Like,
Yeah.
So Qiana really wants us to say toile.
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 I like that. That's what's that? Swahili?
No, toile is Shosha. It's a Xhosa. It's the same language. If you watch Black is King, Beyonce's Black is King, um, the video that I don't know the name of the song, but they're really moving on it, like they really dancing. The sisters wearing the red. That's the language that's spoken on that video. And the sister who did that also was on the movie Black Panther.
Okay.
She was the one who was against Killmonger.
Not Angela Bassett.
No. This sister herself is Shauna, so she's from Shauna land. We hit North America, South America. We hit Africa. Let's pop to Asia. The most populous nation would be India in Asia now because they just surpassed China with about 2.5 billion people in India.
That's a lot of people.
That's it. So we say namaste. They would say namaste. There. I mean, my light sees your light. Okay. And then we can hop over to the Pacific Isles, right? And let's go to the biggest of all of the Pacific Isles. Not in population, but in physical size, and that's Japan. And they would say in Japan, Ohio.
Ohio.
Yep, just
like Mandarin?
Like the players. Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, Japanese. So Ohio, just like the state and just like the players.
Player.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right.
So it's Freestyle Friday, y'all.
Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle. How y'all doing this Friday?
I'm doing good.
My God, I'm doing good. When you walk in, light it up. Come on.
Boom, 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 boom.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
How does it feel to turn 21?
Well, really, I'm 28.
Oh, 20. Oh, okay.
So listen, everybody.
You look so young for your age, I think.
Thank you. I'm 28. I'm a seasoned 28. Okay. So I've been there, done that. I done set in the pot. I done marinated. I'm nice and tender. You know what I mean? I got all the spices and everything you need for it. I'm ready for it. Okay. I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. Yeah. So I'm a nice seasoned 28.
So what's the difference between a seasoned 28 and an unseasoned 28?
So you know how like you get the meat and you just and you can't hear?
No.
Okay. So the difference is, so you know how like you get your meat and you don't season it and you cook it and it's just tough.
Pause.
It's just tough. No. See, you're going the wrong way.
Perfect time, Mr. Evans. You know, I've never had unseasoned meat.
Well, you ever got meat that was tough, that wasn't cooked all the way? That have you ever had a pot roast that they didn't let just stay in the?
I'm trying to think.
It don't matter. You ain't had it, but now it's seasoned. Okay, I'm the season. I'm the best you ever get. Okay, there you go. I'm what you want in life.
I don't personally eat meat, but I mean that's what's up.
Oh, so you don't eat meat?
Yeah.
So what you eat? Just vegetables? You a vegetarian or a vegan?
Not a vegan. I just eat anything that's not meat, really.
So you're a pescatarian? Like you eat fish?
Fish. I thought fish was meat. My bad.
No,
it's not.
No, not. It's a but they consider
to answer that. Nah, he don't eat fish.
He don't eat fish.
He don't eat anything with a face.
Oh.
If you look at something,
he can look back at you.
He said no. He said no. I don't want nothing to do with that. Oh,
I would have been like that too. It wasn't even like something that he had to like move into. That's just him.
And it's not even like on an environmental basis. Oh, we need to. It's just I just haven't developed a taste for it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I ain't mad at it.
So he'll probably live a billion years old. But hopefully. A seasoned 28.
Yeah, a seasoned 28. So I'm a nice seasoned vegetable.
Got you.
Okay, so like you know how like you just get it and it ain't cooked, it ain't seasoned, nothing like that. It's kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that.
Got you.
I'm the best vegetable you had.
Got you.
There you go.
This is a would you rather? Would you be seasoned vegetables or a steak?
I don't know.
Any big birthday plans that you want to tell us about?
So tonight we're gonna be at the Catalyst. Okay. For the Libra Bash. It's me, Nisha, and somebody else.
Good stuff.
So we're gonna be out there turning up. So I'm accepting gifts all day, every day.
Month.
Any requests?
Cash me, please.
Cash App does work.
It does.
You want to throw your cash app in the?
Of course. Now, since you
chat?
asked, you know why not?
Can we throw the cash app in the chat?
You know, since Donnie asked for it, why not give it? If the people ask, I shall give. It is money sign.
It is.
Sweet Qiana.
Come on now.
Gotcha.
Qiana with you. IANA, know you. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. And then my girlfriend's got something planned for me on Saturday. I have no idea. They just told me to be ready, look fly, and they're gonna pull up and pick me up.
Do you like surprises like that? Though?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Like
no.
Yeah, I like surprises.
Listen, I know you. Yeah, no, she don't get to do that. I know you well. You like to plan. You like to control. You like to be in charge. Please tell us about your relationship with surprises. Birthday lady.
I like surprises. I do like surprises, but what I've learned
caveat.
What have you learned?
Is that when you want stuff done right, sometimes you gotta
experience is the best teacher.
You gotta orchestrate it yourself. But you know what? I was talking to a good friend of mine, and he said what I am is I like to serve people. So I like good experiences. It's not necessarily about like me. It's the experience that everybody else get. And so this is why I end up planning, because like when you leave something I do, I want everybody to be like, oh, like I enjoyed it. I was happy. Like when we went to St. Thomas, it was my birthday, but I still wanted to make sure everybody else had the experience that I thought I wanted in my mind. You know what I mean? And they did. So I like to serve people. So I think that's the reason why.
You think that's why you appreciate good service so much?
Yes.
Because you're thinking the whole time, if I was doing this, I could do it way better.
No. Why are you trying to do me like this? My mama say I'm her favorite girl. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, Mama Bluetooth, Coco. And y'all can call in and wish me happy birthday. 727-637-2416 is the number. Yes.
Big shouts out Eric from
we gotta
store.
Yeah, we gotta get him on. We gotta get the whole story team on because we're partnered up with them.
Yes.
On October 29th.
Yep, the meet and greet.
Right, and it's the ribbon cutting for the library.
Yep.
You're gonna get to meet us. We're gonna do a little segment there. We're gonna bring the radio station out, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and Story 727
at Kimball Park Rec Center. It's gonna be 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes, and my mama say control. Mom, stop it. Stop it. And then my mama say y'all would call her out. Like whatever. No, but you know what? When you talk about surprises, I done been surprised. Cheyenne done surprised me. I like good surprises. I do like good surprises.
All right. Does that take us to a would you rather?
Would you rather? Oh, there go a phone call. So it did save me. Hello, caller. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Good
morning. This is Dr. Jordan. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Dr. Jordan. How are you? We haven't spoken to you in a while.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday this morning to Qiana. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You do the same. You know what I feel like today? I feel like coming to America to be loved. Oh, what to feel?
Can't see you. I see you.
To be loved. Okay. All right. So wait, before we go to the would you rather, you got something else right quick?
Okay, yes, we do. We got some news.
Oh, wait, we could talk about yesterday too, because we did have Akile on Wednesday, and we talked about right, and they want to fill out the courtroom for this hearing because they went and spoke to the judge to try to dismiss all charges, and they accomplished their goal. The court was so filled that people couldn't get in, and they had to stand out on the steps.
This is how power works.
Yeah,
it only comes from the organized masses. And I think that's one of the things that we really value so much about UQ. Have to give you flowers on your birthday.
Thank you.
And you, President, Mr. Edmond, is that your commitment to organization. You do not in anything either of you do divorce the people from the process. And I think that once people understand that and they really get people power down, they'll understand how much of a force we are to reckon with.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree. I mean, so it was really beautiful to hear that I wasn't able to make it. And then they continued on at 6:00 to celebrate and to talk about the march that they're having on November 4th.
Okay.
So make sure that you go out. You also have coming up, we had the lady from P-Tech. Well, it's not P-Tech. It's PCT, right? Or PTC? Okay. Yes, PTC. Okay. Coming out, and then they're doing an open house on October 3rd from 5 to 7:30. Come out, free nails, some maybe some free haircut. Yeah, they're doing some free services there. They're gonna have free food from their culinary arts program there. And then you can tour. You can tour the campus. See what they have to offer. They have over 60 classes there, trade classes that they're offering out there, from culinary art all the way to CDLs and whatever, electrician, AC, and a lot of this is a year training or less to get your certificate and be out there. If you know, our city is growing. The stadium is about to be built. They're going to need a lot of people working. You should go ahead and get these certificates and get started. So maybe you can get some of this money that's running around in this city. Okay, so would you rather?
We got any would you rather intro music? Yeah, give it to me.
Would you rather have your paycheck in all pennies or never use cash again?
Ooh.
So I think what I would choose would be to never use cash again.
You never using cash again?
I mean, it's already to a point where we barely use it as much as we used to. Who got $50 in their pocket right now? Cash. I'm the only
gangsters only carry cash.
I changed my life.
Yeah.
I can't.
This is post-save.
I can't even live like that right now. I don't even want to see too much cash. I want to see it from behind the computer, on my phone, on the app.
Okay. So you would say no penny. Or just walk around. I
charge you to change. Have you ever changed a whole bunch of change?
No, I'll just be. If I chose pennies, I'm gonna be at the register. You're gonna have to count them.
You gotta count them.
Are these pennies rolled? Or are these pennies just loose?
Individual?
Yeah, loose.
Man, why they paying people in pennies?
I get $4,000 with pennies.
So the story is somebody was coming across the skyway and all they had was pennies, and they was like gave it to the lady. The lady looked and said, "Count them."
That's that hurt. Listen, and I can tell you the lady that said that. I can see her face right now. I know exactly the one. Naturally, I would have to go with no pennies.
No pennies.
I mean, no pennies. I don't really use pennies anyway. Like even in my general change, I don't really use pennies. I try to avoid the use of them. I don't know why. But
I got a question. Why is the penny brown?
Why is the penny brown?
I'm telling you, that's a riddle. Think about it.
I thought it was like this set up for a joke.
No.
Let it marinate.
I think I know where you're going with it.
Let it marinate.
I think I know where you're going with it. I think I know. I think I know. But I'm gonna let you tell us. But I think I know. Let it marinate. So, all right.
I'm not doing the penny one.
Nobody wants penny. No brown.
Yeah, most of the time. Well, for like a couple of days, I did actually lose my wallet. So I mean, I did have to like not use cash for a hot second. So I know the experience of not using cash but still having money. So I just go with the latter.
You go with the latter?
Yeah, never use cash again. But I mean, it's cash.
It is cash.
But I don't want my paycheck in pennies. I'm gonna fight somebody if my paycheck come in pennies.
Corn, I'll pay you in corn.
Exactly.
Did you hear about that? There was a man who owed a debt, and he was so angry about the debt. You remember that one, Mr. Edmund? That he paid the debt in pennies on a person's yard, and he dumped like $5,000 worth of pennies on these people's yard.
That's beautiful.
Like, here you go.
That's beautiful.
But that is now get you fought. Like that's fight worthy.
Listen, that's petty at its finest. Like, if, you want this money? Oh, you want this money? Oh, you finna get this money, and then you come and drop $5,000 worth of pennies.
Gotta bring it back.
And he had to keep bringing.
No, just think, cause you can have the tractor trailer come in there, fill that up with 5,000 pennies, dry that up, and just drop that. Oh, you want your money? That's how bad you want it, and drop. Oh, that is beautiful.
Don't do it, Q. That was
you gotta. We can rent a U-Haul and then just like put barrels of pennies in it.
Yeah, because I mean, you know what people don't know about me?
What's that?
Is that I'm petty.
Petty.
I can be very petty.
Is this people who are just meeting you, or is this people who spend all 28 years of their life?
People who spend all 28 of my season years with me know how petty I am. Everybody else do not know.
I didn't know you was 28.
I just told you I'm a season 28.
May I ask you a birthday question?
Yes, you may. Go ahead.
Do you mind taking the perspective of speaking for, we don't subscribe to all, but for a generalized position of women?
Okay, go ahead. Shayna say, child, we know. But Shayna hang out with me too.
Do women get better over time?
Yes. We're like fine wine. So this is why I'm seasoned. You know what I mean? I mean, duh. But yes, you do get, I think everything gets better in time. You mature, you see like your outlook in life should change. The things that you valued before, you don't value that much. It doesn't hold any weight. Typically, the older you get, you will see that let's say dating. When you're young, you be like, I want tall, dark skin, muscles, 6-pack with a beautiful smile. You don't got nothing with substance in there. Then you get tall, dark skin, muscles, 6-pack, but the smile. But he can't offer you nothing else but that. And then you realize that you want something more with substance. And I think the older you get, wisdom allows you to offer more guidance. You find more compassion. I think you should. So yeah, I will say the older you get, the better it is. And then look how many people are not making it to this season 28. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to say that you're here, you know what I mean, is a great thing. And I think that like the wisdom that you can give the youth.
You keep saying wisdom. So
yes.
My question now then, I guess to build on, can I beg on that question a
little bit? Yes, go ahead.
You keep saying wisdom. So are we assuming that as people get older, they get more mature?
They should.
If they're doing it right.
They should.
Then instead of aging like fine wine, do they age like white vinegar?
Sometimes they do. So here you go. Here's another secret.
There's the spectrum.
There's a spectrum. So here you go. Here's the secret. In your 20s, you get the face God gave you. In your 30s, you get the face you deserve. So
wait, say that one more time.
In your 20s, you get the face God gave you. So you're supposed to be youthful and you get the high peak. You're supposed to be pretty. In your 30s, if you still got it, that's the face you deserve. You see people in their 30s that's old. You don't know what they is. They look like they have projected negative energy out to the world. No, I'm telling you. No, I'm just telling you. This is. I mean, you can.
Crack though.
Some of it does. I done. Yeah. I done seen some. I done seen some crack black. Okay, because we don't subscribe to I done seen some people that's the same age as me, and I say, hey, is that the season 28 or I'm the season 28? I'm just saying.
They go from season 28 to first 48.
Yeah. Right. But no, so if you think, no, I ain't did to people like that. They did it to themselves.
That's what you said.
Yeah. So, so you get, in your 20s, you get the face that God gave you. And then Your 30s, you get the face you deserve, and then on
40, you buy the face you want.
Hey, add that in. You right.
Come on now.
No.
Walk it out.
Walk it out. Walk it out. No, you right. You hey, I'm with it. Cause you know what?
But I gotta ask you, Mr. Edmond, I need you to talk to me about this one, please. Have you found through your experience that women get what you would consider to be better over time?
Yeah, thank you for the cash apps. I pinned my cash app because people are cash apping, so I want them to keep on.
Yeah, most definitely if they do it right.
Yes. Go ahead. Thank you. Appreciate it. Go.
You cashing up.
Let me do what I do on my birthday.
It's your birthday.
And as you support Qiana for her birthday, and gift Qiana for her birthday, please don't forget to support Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and 99.1 FM WJM The Jams. Listen, we're giving you our all.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here is sacrificing so much. We have a room full of business people and professionals, but we love our community so much. We love the world community so much that we made the decision, the conscious decision, to give of our time and our resources and everything that we have to our show. So please, 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 please reciprocate that in making sure that you make a conscious effort to donate to the show. Donate to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club because we're your voice in the community, y'all. No one else would have had Sister Qiana and I on Wednesday to talk about the freeing of political prisoners. No one else would have done. They would have been scared, shaking in their boots.
Mm-hmm.
But we have revolutionary audacity here.
We do. I mean, this is what we do here at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We believe in freedom of speech. We believe in our community, regardless of what it looks like. And we believe that everybody has a voice. If we agree or disagree, but the information needs to be out there, regardless if you like it or not, because then that's how you're able to make sound decisions. Right. This is not a one-sided conversation where only your perspective is heard and viewed, right? And so the only way that you can make a sound and educated choice and let your voice be heard is that you have all the pieces of the puzzle. And a lot of times we only have half of it. And that's the one that we lead with. And then we're left with a false narrative. And then not only are we left with that false narrative, we're telling other people that false narrative. Yep. And then we're running it. And then it's a telephone game. And by the time it gets to the person who really needs it, there's no truth to it whatsoever. So what we're trying to do is change that.
Yes.
Here at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. And that's what we're doing. And where anybody else is afraid, because again, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's about right and wrong. And we live in a country that we believe in democracy. And even if I don't agree with you, I think that it should be heard. So just like when you go out there and vote, that even if you don't agree on something should, if somebody in your community feel like it's an issue, you should put it on the ballot and let the people decide. Don't you just decide on just you. Like, no, I don't like it, so no, it shouldn't go on the ballot. No, you're not the only one that lives here. So when you want something on the ballot, I will hope that when you go and talk to people, they will allow you to put it on the ballot because you are a part of this community and they respect your views, even if they don't want it. But let the people decide, not you.
Come on. And if the mic wasn't connected, it would have dropped just then. And that is because we're professional here. And although we have a good time, we're also family. We also love one another, but we're professional. The average listener, in fact, nearly no listener who doesn't know our individual ideology politically will not be able to tell who's in agreement and who's in disagreement with the guests that we have on the show. You won't even know.
No.
Because we're professionals.
Yeah, we won't come at it like that.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And we don't censor the community because they may have something to say that's controversial. But listen, family, listeners, viewers, all of those in radio land, all of those in Facebook land, please remember where your community voice comes from.
That's right.
And then not only support with in kind, but support with your dollars. As we get more resources in, we can do more. And we are professionals. You have to make sure that is done.
Somebody her cash out.
Somebody getting some revenue. Somebody getting some resources.
Right on.
I understand.
Speaking of revenue and resources, the St. Petersburg budget was voted on yesterday down there at City Hall. The budget was a whole bunch of $1 million.
Okay.
Like always. If you don't know, we go into budget cycles at the beginning of the year, right? And then throughout the rest of the year, as the budget is compiled, we got to be in there as a community to get more things out this budget. Big shouts out to Nathan and Steve from USF that came and spoke about Child's Park and getting some resources and some after school resources specifically in the budget to help underprivileged children.
That's it.
Right? When you look at the budget, a lot of times money is all over the place, right? And sometimes the only thing you can pinpoint where the money is going, if it's like a pet project, if it's law enforcement,
right.
And then if it's a few other things, that's a little money over there, it's a little money over there. So we talking about dedicated sources of money and resources for the community.
That's good.
And we pay it in too.
We pay it every day.
That's it.
Those are our dollars.
That's it.
That's why the budget is so important. That's why we organize to get people to come down to the budget, because honestly, that's one of the biggest decisions that go on every year right here in our city.
So you know what? I like the resources. I kind of like where the city's going on some aspects. Like you know how like you be clutching your pearls because you're like, what's next? Ugh. I'm not really clutching as much. I still clutch, but not as much. There's some good stuff that's rolling out in the city that I'm like really happy about.
As a young person who will be living in the city, statistically, after we're gone.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if
I'm going to be here for a long time.
If she keep 28 on Luke, if she keep 28 on Luke like that, she really good. But as a young person who will be living in the city, usually, statistically, longer than all of us will be here. Your perspective is one that should be heard. As far as not necessarily, even before the ability to be able to go to the ballot box, you still have to be represented. Do you feel like individuals who are of your age grade and your peer group are making that a priority?
No, not really. But like, here's the thing. So I know when it comes to like local elections and stuff, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really pay much attention. I'm gonna start now, but I usually don't pay very much attention to like all the local elections. For me, it's like the president and the governor, and that's it.
Do you think? Do you think that there's a reason why, or do you think that you've had a reason to pay more attention to local politics prior to now?
I think me and a lot of other people, well, we feel like it's just going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same person, just different suit. So when it comes to stuff like this, and budget-wise, can they use some of that on the truck, please? Because I don't want to pay that.
Okay, talk about it. You don't want to pay for the truck?
I don't, but I don't.
I mean,
because all of that's going to come in like tax-wise, and then when tax season hit, and you lose a large chunk of that money, so like, can they use some of that budget on the truck, please?
Well, we would know this. We would know where it's going if we had people like Mr. Edmond was saying, the president was saying, if you have the people in the room where it happens, then you know exactly where it's going and what it's going for.
Yeah, it goes back. Like that's why people in the younger generation like me should actually care about this stuff, because like in the end, we gonna be the ones electing when the older generation, I'm talking about y'all, pass.
We the mid generation.
We older.
We the mid.
Seasoned.
We seasoned. Yeah.
So if anyone is interested in thank you for your take too, and if anyone's interested in politics, please understand that you have a young electorate that is on its way. And if you can't speak to them, then you can't solve their problems.
They're on the way.
They're on their way, though. They're on their way.
They are, but you know what? The youth is different, right? I would have somebody in my car and I was talking to him and I said, hey, just a question. Why don't you drive? Right? And he said, one, everything is like at their fingertip. They can Uber, somebody just pull right up, and the anxiety of getting in the car and driving kind of crippled them, because if you look, most of the kids ain't driving. When we were their age, we already had our license. We were ready for the freedom. And you see the kids now are like really kind of like at home. They're comfortable with not going out. So it's like they're kind of in this bubble. What I'm saying, and reality really hasn't like hit yet. So I think you can answer yay and nay with it because you're in an age group where like it's nothing that they feel like they have to think about when it comes to like politics, anything, and all the way down to driving because somebody is doing everything for them. It's so when you look at it in their minds, we're gonna be here forever. What? Go ahead. You don't drop the mic.
I just.
Do we have comments on this? I agree. Any comments coming from?
No comments on it. But
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, though.
Like the kids these days, like they really haven't. And I'm gonna tell you, because it's Freestyle Friday, we now have a society full of youth that is anxiety driven. We have taken so much away from them that now they have anxiety about everything. So you see in school, if the kids feel like they say bullying, the problem is they separate the kids and they don't have to talk no more. That's not real life. We're no longer teaching our children real life. When we got bullied, like you go to work and you're not going to like somebody that you work with, but you still got to work with them. And now what we're doing is separating where they don't have to learn conflict resolution. They don't have to deal with their problem because we eliminate the problem from them. Your feelings get hurt. Oh, that person gone.
See, I think that's because life has changed, right? We was a change to life, right? When our parents grew up, they grew up a certain way. So because of what happened to them, they raised us a certain way. And because of what happened to us, we raised our children a certain way. And then so on and so forth. And then that's what's making that change. Because it's different. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like they say, when I was young, I get a whooping where it happened at, then I go home and get a whooping too. That happened. And then the parents said, I don't want you touching my son. If something happened to him, call me. That was our generation. You get what I'm saying? And now it done got to the point where if something happened, you telling the son to call you to come get the adult. So it flipped, right? Because of what had already been happening.
Sometimes we went to the extreme, right? They went to the extreme. We went all bad. Honestly, there's a lot of
ain't all bad.
No, ain't nobody. We never subscribed to all. Yeah. But it's a lot of us that's successful. It's a lot of us that went out there and did it. So, like, we may not like some of the stuff that our parents did, but there was some great stuff in there.
But what I'm saying is,
we got to take a break.
But when I was growing up, another adult could not hit me and it'd be all right. It's gonna be trouble. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't like when my mama grew up and somebody could whoop her and then she come home and get another whooping. By the time it got my generation, you weren't putting your hands on me.
Oh no! It was okay.
No. Come back and talk about this. This is the heavy one. Yeah. I didn't mean to drop it like that.
I started the conversation. Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hello, Grand Rising.
Good morning.
I ain't get to tune in yet, but I wanted to say the happy birthday to my dog.
Thank you. Comedian Damon Davis. Thank you from the Davises.
We're finna go into a break, y'all. We're gonna come right back.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, man, for everything you do. I'm finna tune in, though.
All right, we'll see you after 7 minutes after the hour.
I know that's right. I'm finna tune
in. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be back 7 minutes or so after the hour. Yeah. Just tag a friend, tell a friend while y'all out there. Keep on Cash App, and I appreciate it. Happy birthday.
First day of their impeachment.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus.
To support impeachment, Thursday's hearing was dominant.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edmond. I go by Mr. Edmond. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, your Brother John, yourbrotherjohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. All right, I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Peter's small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. There was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, you know, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college?
In Orlando.
Talk to him, Sean Soprano.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, you know, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, you know, Amendment 4 and other local, you know, policies. To returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, you know, Amendment 4 and other local, you know, policies and politics. Enjoyed it, so we started doing it on Sundays as like a podcast with, at the time, Janet Michelle. She was our co-host and she, you know, filled that role until she moved. And then we had Carla Bristol, Carla B. She came in for a season. And then Reno was behind the scenes. He was always present because we did organizing together, so he'd come and hang out. And then the things that he was saying off camera was like, man, we might as well just have you on the show.
The negative thoughts that you is thinking about right now, or any particular subject, y'all, just flip it.
Turn problems into opportunities.
Problems are opportunities, man. Big shots out to Sean Soprano, man.
Real deal, man.
We on a jump board together right now. Just being around people and clearly always talking, I just felt like at least learn something, so as you see that you're not going to shut up, you can have substance to your conversation and not just be labeled somebody who just love to talk.
Really being informative, looking to give the information that isn't readily available in our community.
Multiple meteorologists can look at the same data and come up with a different forecast.
And so now you take those models, take that data and say, okay, based upon all of that,
absolutely,
you might be in between here and there, and that's my know what I'm saying speech. Most recently, after Carla B, you know, transitioned out and went to do other things as well, Qiana, we invited Qiana.
I've been working with the guys for a while outside of this, and they called me to interview. And when I came in to interview that Sunday, after the show, they was like, hey, you need to be a part of the show. And I was like, okay.
I look at it almost like a band and the instruments, but it's just the instrument that we're using is our voices.
My voice is already kind of squeaky. I know my voice can get squeakier.
You have to have your radio voice on and have that vocal control.
I talk lower when I need to calm it down. And when I'm very passionate about it, I slow it down. And because I want you to understand what I'm saying. What's good for the geese is good for the gander. So if you keep it secrets, just know that she can too.
Okay, and see that's why Qiana, that's why you need it on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. You feel? Because you gonna even things out. You know what I'm saying? I was just joking. You know what I'm saying? It was joking.
We just understand power, you know, and in terms of people's attention, you know, because it costs. People's attention costs. That's why it's called pay attention.
We want to present local information right up there with, you know, the trending topics.
One thing that's a common denominator with all of us is that we're all passionate about our people.
For me, what you take from me is that I'm real and I'm passionate about the growth of our people.
The overall goal, I would say, is to have a more informed community. Around electoral politics, around health, around equity.
It's about the mission of connecting the dots and closing the gaps, inspiring people to see what's possible, you know, and trying to be an example. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing sometimes, but, you know, you do the best that you can with what you have, and you pray that others will be inspired to join in.
For more info, visit cdatcenter.org/Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Near a mosque as worshippers gathered for a religious procession to mark the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad. A separate blast today hit a mosque near... Refugee Agency is reporting more than 2,500...
It was the best of times. It was the worst.
That we are back.
It was the best of times.
Breakfast Club.
Freestyle Friday.
Yes, and this is Qiana.
This is the one and only Mr. Edmund.
And this is your Seem to Dream.
And this is Brother Donnie, the intellectual gangster, El Profesor.
El Profesor.
Yes, and we are brought to you by the New Image Project, better known as
See that?
And we are
redefining what is cool.
Because
smart
is
the
new
gangster.
Baby. And if you didn't know, now you know. No.
And it's a happy birthday Freestyle Friday for Q, the mermaid.
Yes.
The first lady of the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club team.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yes, it's my birthday all day. Actually, all month.
All month. It's a 30-day routine.
It is. So listen, if you are new to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, we're going to have Libra season popping. Everybody know it's Libra season. And the hands, I even got Jab to do it. And he was against it. Like everybody, he was like, no. And at the end, he came on down. Libra season.
So question for you, Mrs. Libra season.
Yes.
Can we consider Libra season the previews?
No.
Because they're
no.
just the previews for Scorpio.
I knew that's where you were going.
That's what I'm just saying. So that, I mean, some people like watching the previews. Some people get to the movie early just so they can watch the trailer, right? See, Libra season is the trailer.
Well, actually, what it is you are the credits after the movie.
People say to watch the credits.
Yeah. That's fine. Because there'll be some after action credits too.
Right.
Credit
listen, if I wanted anybody to be the end, it would be the Scorpios, right? Because y'all come and do what y'all do. Like, I ain't taking nothing from you, but it's nothing like us.
Okay. We'll put on Libra.
And you know who birthday is tomorrow?
Who's that?
Mama Blue.
Oh, feliz cumpleaños, Mama Blue, please.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday to a supporter.
Yes.
You know, that watches every morning, that also supports behind the scenes. Also, she's not that kind of grandma. She's not.
And I mean, honestly, she's one of the dopest people I know. Like, she come out there and
always.
Mama Blue in the new Agent X3
Before
movie.
we left,
we were talking
about.
Go ahead. No, go.
Speaking about the changes in culture.
Yes.
When it comes to corporeal punishment and using that as an example of how generations change.
And not even that, we just took away. You see, there were some things that you could say. Let's take even
culture change.
Yeah, it's a big culture. So let's take Bernie Mac, right?
He couldn't have made it now.
He wouldn't have been able to make it now.
Park.
Couldn't have made. A lot of comedians wouldn't have been able to make
Richard
it.
Pryor.
I agree.
But see, and I don't like that, because what happened is you took what was so great about comedy away. Because you're able, that's a safe, you were supposed, that's a safe space to talk about whatever and bring a comedic spin to it. And it needs to get back there. I do think that we have sheltered and made our kids, it's so, I'm going to say, anxiety driven about everything, because if you say anything else, you're kind of offending. And so it's crazy that we have to do blanket statements before we say anything because we don't want to offend.
Oh, I hear you.
Which is crazy. And like off the air, we was talking about like with the Up With Hope, Down With Dope. They wanted to clean up their streets, but they didn't know what was going to be the detriment of our community with that. And we wanted, people wanted a balance somewhere, and we didn't realize what we were doing and how much we were stripping away from them, because now we have a society of people, and we know we don't subscribe to all, who you can't even say boo to without them ready to feel offended or running and wanting to do something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. Go ahead.
I think that's an issue that's kind of programmed, right? Because, you had people raising issues about real life concerns and real issues that, say, the system didn't want to address. So what they did, they say throw ish to the wall and see what sticks. Mm-hmm. And so what they started to do is made like civil rights struggle, like the fight for real rights. They made that fight so regular and random. So that fight became about weight loss. It became about, every issue that came, it became a fight. And it's all right, it's real. You're supposed to fight for your issue. Mm-hmm. But now look how many issues we're fighting for. You get what I'm saying? And some of the real issues we can't really even address while now we ducking because, I can't say that because that's an issue they fighting for.
Yeah, you can't say it. Like, I think it's really crazy. Like, I do think, like, if you, and this is a Qiana thing, y'all can be mad at me later on. If your kids are having a problem with another kid, give them some tools to deal with it in the fight. Like, listen, we say no. I see hit him. No, I ain't gonna hit you. Hit him back. That's kind of. You kind of do that. They say something mean to you, say something mean back to them. Keep it moving.
I don't think I say that.
I just
say something mean back.
So let me tell you, and listen, I already told you I was petty. I did. So listen, when my nephew was getting cracked on, right, in school.
Yeah, you take crack back.
No. So I brung him home, me, his mama, everybody. We started teaching him. Yes, we surely did. If they say this, you say that. And you know what? Ain't nobody roasting him because he is the roast king. Like, he is ready for them. When my goddaughter came home and said somebody bullied her and all this other stuff and they pushed her, I started putting her hands up and I told her, listen, you do this. And if they swing, you better duck, right? So we was doing this. I promise you, we was in the shop. I was like, hit, duck. No, you have to teach your children how to defend themselves. There is stuff out there, and you cannot run away from problems. Problems just keep on following you, and you have to face them. And we are teaching them that they don't have to face their problems, and this is why they're pulling back in their cubby holes.
Yeah, you got to
Jazz said conflict resolution cue.
Exactly.
Yes.
You got to teach some conflict resolution.
No, but you do. Really
Shout out to King Jab for his efforts in developing conflict resolution templates and rubrics and things that you can actually teach people, because that's very solution oriented. Please make sure you listen to the Voice of the People every Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. That's 99.1 FM, WJM 99 Jams, The Bird, Care Festa Radio, King Jab, and Voice of the people, because that is a solution-oriented thing. I'm a historian, right? So I believe that your history determines your interests. President Mr. Edmond was saying during the break, he was giving a rundown on the way we see interaction with young people generationally. Could you just explain that to us one more time?
So what I was saying was like, okay, we hear like our parents say when they was growing up, if they got in trouble at the store, the man at the store would whoop them and then send them back to their parents so they can get a whooping again, right? That child grew up and said, you know what? If somebody hit you, come tell me. If a grown person hit you, because that child wasn't all right with being whooped.
Right.
And so then you multiply that. Now, come get me. We're going to get them. You get what I'm saying? That multiply, and then so now we at a spot where, yeah, we can't say that.
And I don't like it.
They're going to go get the parent. The parent going to come back with the other sons, and they come back with the guns.
And you want me to tell you what it's teaching too? So there's a fine line, right? And I raised Qiana like that. Like, listen, and I still parent like that. Like I used to say, be mad at me now, thank me later.
Yeah.
Because if I'm somebody in the community that cares about you, I'd rather discipline you than somebody who doesn't. And you're gonna get it one way or another. Either it's gonna come from your community, from the people who care about you, or it's gonna come from the system that don't give a damn about you. Either way, you're gonna get corrected. And so what we did is we took that away from our children and the authority, where then people respected authority. And then now we see kids that's out here that look at you like you crazy.
But it's because authority been abused.
That is true, because you have that. Go ahead.
Can we get on that very briefly? And
yes.
I'm going to play the advocate to the opposite on this one.
Okay.
I had two parents who moved from where we were born to St. Petersburg.
Right.
Right. And they moved in the middle of the 20th century. So every generation has its own tropes. Both of my parents are phenotypically dark. Both of them have very dark skin relative to a lot of other individuals in their community, right? What we found, and what the story is that even in school, when young people could get disciplined, physically disciplined, paddled and spanked in school, the dark kids got beat more. The poor kids, because more than dark, the poor kids got beat more.
I mean, we got a caller. Hold on. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Hello? Caller?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Miss Davis.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Morning.
I'm glad y'all talking about that, because a lot of people see that when you are structured on your kids and doing it, that means that you don't care. But that means you care more, because you want to see them do the right things and you want to see them go the right way. It's more to have a structure on ground. It's better to have a structure on grounding with your kids than to let them do whatever. Because doing whatever or letting them get away with so much, that shows somebody that you really don't care. So I don't know. This the way this world is now. They think soft parenting is the way to go. I've never been that type of parent. I would never be that type of parent. If I know your kid and I see them out, trust me, I'm going to say something to your kid and I'm going to say something to you. That's it.
Amen. Drop the mic. Okay. So she just said that soft parenting ain't the way to go. And she said if she see your kids, she going to say something to them and she going to say something to you. But back to what you were saying, I agree. Some people did abuse it. You know what I mean?
And there's some people who abused.
That was the system.
That was the state.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Dozier School for boys, the vast majority of people who went to Mariana for things like quote unquote being defiant, they were locking young people away for that. We have people in our family, everybody who's come up in St. Petersburg would probably have at least one person in their family who was sent to quote unquote Mariana. You were told by you do this, I'm gonna send you to Mariana. So I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that there's a community care element that has to be there in order to raise a caring community. I got it. The thing that we have to be careful of is taking our community ethos and projecting it violently against young people in particular. You notice too, very rarely do you hear stories about this punishment being laid down and levied on girls. Because we already believe that black boys or black male bodies deserve violence.
Oh, I remember that.
Then we're really big on that threat. And it mutates from a spanking at a store to a police officer putting a baton across your head to the electric chair or a gas chamber. So this concept mutates.
So let's say this, because I'm with you, and this is when I'm talking about the community. It's a trusting community,
yes.
Right? When you got beat by the person at the store, your mama could sit at that store with them and drink a beer. Your mama knew them by first name, knew all their kids, and not only was the store owner was whooping you, your mama was whooping them, their kids.
But
wait.
Change,
So that's when so again, this is a community base, right? What I'm talking about, the schools, I don't think you should be at the schools whooping, right? I do not think that because that is not a community base. As far as these are people that's in your children's lives that you do not have a relationship with, and you don't know how much they care for you, right? So there is a balance. And so, yeah, you do see where the system has failed us, right? But then we see where the system has worked in our benefit and I keep on saying our community. Yeah. And I'm going to stress our community, your neighbors. And that's what we're missing in our community. We no longer have the neighbor in the hood. You don't even know, a lot of people don't know their neighbor's first name in your neighborhood anymore.
We got a lot of comments, so let's try to walk
through
some of these. This is a lot of
go.
Okay, we're gonna go. Shayna, you have to teach them to defend themselves, and sometimes it needs to be the same way. Okay, the next one. That's our grandparents taught. That's what our grandparents taught us.
Go all the way down. We're like, that was before the break. Oh wait, no. Go ahead. Go.
No, thank y'all for all these comments. It's 2 minutes to digest right now. They very interested in the subject. Y'all can call in. Phone number is 727-637-2416. Call in so y'all can explain some of this. So I agree definitely with the professor, because I grew up when they used to be threatening us with that power. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And see, I ain't know it wasn't happening to women. It wasn't happening to girls.
Not to the same level.
See, I ain't know that. I thought that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? But they had the permission slips that your parents had to sign.
Mm-hmm. And then so Brother John just say also, we also saw people were being harder on other kids. Did you change it on me?
Oh, my bad. Hard on other people's kids?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They were on their own.
Yeah, and sometimes there is, but then these are things that you address. You know what I mean?
You don't need to do your shit.
Come on.
But that's another thing. That's something that you address. You address when there's an issue.
Don't touch my kid. That was the address.
No, listen. Hello. Hey, introduce yourself.
Hey, good morning. Happy
Good morning,
birthday,
Yubi. Thank you.
But the bigger issue is so some of us is right in the middle of where it changed at.
Yep.
And what I mean by where it changed, we right in the middle of the point where it changed. When I grew up, just like my mama got a whooping and the neighbor could whoop her, the neighbors whooped me. Other people whooped me. The difference is each parent and adult, it was a line between the adults and the children. It was a line of respect between each adult to the next adult. During that time, you could just say, my mama would always say, what grown person gonna take time out their day to lie on you and why they pick you? Out of all the children in the school, out of all the children in the world, why did they pick you? But now we've come to the point where we don't respect each other as adults. And that's where we come up with the idea of don't touch my child, or don't do this, or don't do that, because we look at it, if somebody else doing it, it's a knock on us being a bad parent because we didn't do it. That's the issue. It ain't that they doing nothing wrong to your kid. It's that you don't want nobody to discipline your child because you don't want to be looked at as you didn't discipline your child. But let me tell you this, it takes discipline to make a disciple. You can't make a disciple without discipline.
Thank you so much for
And the thing of it is, we need to respect each other as parents and as adults. Even when I was coming up, even if he was a drunk, you address that drunk as sir and ma'am. If they was a drug addict, you still didn't disrespect them. It changed later to where it was okay and cool to talk to unc and auntie like that and all that. But before, they wasn't unc and auntie. That was sir and ma'am. I don't care what they did. You address them as sir and ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. Nah, we done took that and threw that out the window because we can do this now because it's cool to do that. And we've allowed certain things to take the parent from the position of the parent. So he just my friend, or he my equal, or she just this, or she that. No, this is your adult.
We can't forget, not only did thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you,
Thank you very much for that.
We can't forget that not only, did the culture change, but laws changed.
Yes.
Like people started getting in trouble. DCF started being called on people for, putting their hands on.
Do you know why? The laws, well, I'm sure you do. Well, I said that rhetorically. But the laws changed because communities became integrated. And white people were not going to allow you to beat their children. That wasn't happening. White people were not going to allow black teachers to beat their children. Traditionally white institutions that absorbed black teachers, when schools became integrated and when integration basically happened toward the late middle part of the 20th century, black teachers weren't going to school and beating white kids. See, when you think that everything is, when you only have as a tool a hammer, you would think that everything is a nail. And you'll use the same approach.
Yeah.
But there was a consciousness. Black teachers, they didn't do this because necessarily all of them didn't do this because of love, or they did it because they knew it was effective. Yeah. And they knew that society would not rise up and have their heads if they beat black boys, particularly, but if they beat black children, and especially, and if they beat dark children, they knew society wasn't going to have their head. Yeah. Oh, but they got it right when they had to go up North County and they had to teach at Largo and Pinellas Park or at Dixie. It changed. Hollins High. It changed. That means that they had always had the same consciousness that this is how we'll handle this, and they abused something that could have been good, which is the ability for neighbors to interact. They abused that, and that's why they don't.
We did. Caller, introduce yourself. Hello. We'll call back.
No, but that's a great perspective. But I'm gonna say Elmo.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people coming in. We can go ahead, but it's a lot of stuff that you could talk about. This is the onion that's not easily unpeeled, right? It's different layers to it. We don't subscribe to all. There's good, there's bad, and all that other stuff. But I do think that we do need to teach our children to respect authority and let parents be parents. If you're supposed to,
yeah, we all in agreement with that. I think
right?
I think we all have come to the spot where.
Yeah, that weird.
Caller, what's your name?
Caller, introduce yourself. Or not. Hello. All right, caller. This is kind of like what scary movie or Scream? Yeah. When they call you,
don't scream. Don't worry, Qiana gonna hang up on you anyway.
Yeah,
you don't say something creepy.
Right. And we don't run from the slash up in here, so it would not be a wise.
We run into the slash.
That's it.
So
it wouldn't be a wise idea to try that on this.
So let me tell y'all this. Here we go. Y'all have learned today that I'm very petty. Yes. For the people who do not know.
Petty.
But everybody else that's sitting around here as well is also very petty. I just want to let you know the pettiness does not stop with me.
Speaking of pettiness, we were just talking about the indictment on former President Trump. It was they say it's like 90 indictments or I don't know.
91.
91
charges.
And we were talking about whether they were going to let him run for president. What they were doing was trying to stop him from running for president. But I said that I don't think it's going to stop him because the rules of running for president, even if they don't let him on the ballot, people can write him in. You get what I'm saying? They can come put his name, Donald J. Trump, and they get enough of them.
Right.
whether he's in prison or not, and he get out and pardon himself.
So this is a very great time to teach a civics lesson.
Wait, and Shayna say petty can't swear petty.
Okay, so at the end of the Civil War, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment were passed.
Yep.
Oftentimes we are told to just repeat the general idea of the amendment. So we know freedom of speech, we know right to bear arms, we know the general gist. But there's a lot more to these amendments to the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And the B-side of the 14th Amendment is that any individual who has ever been convicted of insurrection, inciting insurrection, or any crime against the United States of America is ineligible to hold the office of president. So, if they can hang Donald Trump, and we are hoping that they can hang Donald Trump, and I say we, that means me, the community of myself, because
and his son.
So we'll speak to this. But if they can say that he violated that article in the 14th Amendment, then he cannot be. And this is why. It's because a lot of the radical Democrats, after the Civil War and after Reconstruction, tried to get elected back to hold office. And they had to stop them because Klans members were running for office. And they had been participants in the Civil War. That's why after the Civil War, you could not have a person who participated in the Civil War holding office in the United States.
But I don't think they're going to charge him or have him convicted of insurrection. They got him charged with so many other things, but the January 6th stuff, they kind of charging the people. You know, they doing facial recognition. They hunting them people down.
Yeah, but when you attempt to defraud an election, that counts as a crime against the United States. So what they're hanging him for in Georgia is an attempt to defraud the United States by illegally holding power beyond term limits. So they can get him on the 14th Amendment for that. Will they do it? No. But has the price just gone up? Yeah. They're going to extort him, probably. Capitalism will rather keep him in office and extort him than they will allow him to not be eligible to run. Yeah. The price of that pardon just went up. Which is illegal, but they were actually charging people for pardon. And they did. That's one of the issues that were brought up. Okay.
I mean, when the system is your system, you do what you want with the system. It's kind of like, so yeah.
The system is rigged.
It's
rigged.
But now you know what he can run for, and this is crazy. Well, he could be appointed in.
He can run for governor.
He could be appointed to the Supreme Court because there are no legal boundaries for a person to be a Supreme Court justice. People don't know this. You have to be a person.
Can y'all? I want to be on the Supreme Court.
You can be.
I want to be on the Supreme Court. Now I don't know how. I'm a season 28, so I got some time because they don't leave Supreme Court.
Right.
Yeah. They literally just
they don't put the youngest ones on though. They just put like two youngest.
Right, and so now I got some time. So by the time some of them fizzle out, I can go ahead. Just know that I want to be on the Supreme Court.
That's what's
tell you something else that's just, and I know we got to go, but I want to tell you something else that's crazy about that. You can have a murder conviction and still be a Supreme Court justice.
Who?
There are.
Look at the ones that is.
Yes.
Look at them right now. You see what they're doing in the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm. When you read the Constitution of the United States, the Supreme Court has one qualification that says you have to be somebody of good conduct.
That's me.
But it never specifies what good conduct is. Never specifies.
And so I can still stay petty because they all petty over there. So yeah, all right. So Yasin, you ready?
In the news, we got the dream in the news.
Hold on. All right, 1 second.
While he prepares himself. Want to tell everybody this is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, 99.1 FM, WJM, 99 Jams, the Bird, Carefest, the radio, and it is Happy Birthday episode Freestyle Friday for our resident mermaid, Libra season.
Yes.
All right, so in the news, so first we're doing national. So President Biden's dog Commander bites yet another Secret Service officer in the White House. This is the 11th known instance of Commander biting a Secret Service officer. The dog responded to the incident, saying in the interview, "So it's my fault for trying to keep the White House white." A New York appeals court on Thursday refused to delay Donald Trump's scheduled October 2nd civil fraud trial after the former U.S. president accused the trial judge of wrongly refusing to throw out most of the case. The judge said after he delivered the verdict, "No, Mr. Trump, not even with a cherry on top." World news. Sweden's prime minister announced that he will hold talks with the head of the Swedish armed forces and the police commissioner to discuss ways to stem gang violence following a wave of attacks that resulted in at least 11 people killed so far this month. Let it be known that no matter where you are in the world, the Crips always got a spot around the corner. Neighborhood. The U.S. State Department has condemned the jailing of one of Vietnam's most prominent environmental activists for tax fraud, and a ruling human rights activist claimed it was a total sham. I mean, the U.S. State Department could just fight Vietnam over it. Local news. We have our Florida Man of the Week. Thank you to Jupiter, Florida for this one. But a Jupiter, Florida man is recovering after being attacked by a rabid otter. The Florida Department of Health confirmed that the animal tested positive for rabies and has since been euthanized. It's the first otter with rabies in Palm Beach County that the Palm Beach County Animal Care and Control has seen since 2010. And finally, six St. Pete area restaurants made the Yelp 2023 top 50 restaurants list. Right. 2 of them made the top 10. So number 3 is Meals Grill and Cafe. At number 4, Mazzaro's Italian Market. Number 13, Uptown Eats. Number 15, Craft Cafe. Number 21, Pia's Trattoria. And number 47, La Casa del Pane. That was in the news with You've Seen the Dream. Special thanks to the city of Jupiter for your Florida Man. And I guess, what do we do after this?
That's it.
You've seen the dream.
Amazing. Come on, give it up for the dream in the news.
Mm-hmm. So we got the book of the day.
We do.
Brought to you by the Barbershop Book Club. Yes. Right. And if you want to know more information about it, you can reach out to Antonio the Barber at Barbershop Book Club if you have any interest in donating or getting involved.
Yes. And if you have any interest in sponsoring a segment that the Breakfast Club brings, please let us know. Make contact with our team, our road team, our management team, and please sponsor a segment. If you want to sponsor in the news, if you want to sponsor Dream Picks, listen, it's time.
And what it would do is, so just like we said, the Barbershop Book Club, and then we can run an ad for your business for that whole day. We can, not a promo, no ad, sorry, but it'll be a promo for your business. So look at that. This is community radio. We need the dollars coming in, but we can do what we do so that y'all can stay entertained. That's right. Yes.
So the book of the day is The Three Mothers: How the Mothers of Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and James Baldwin Shaped a Nation. It's written by Anna Malika Tubbs. And this book really does an amazing job of introducing us to who our heroes are. I had a conversation earlier this week with my parents, actually. I shared with them David Walker's Appeal, which they absolutely loved. If you haven't heard David Walker's Appeal, please go to YouTube and YouTube the entire David Walker's Appeal. It was written in 1832. David Walker's Appeal, 1832. But the mothers of the movement, the mothers of the revolution, and the mothers of revolutionaries are things that we have systematically removed from our conscious memory. Why is that a problem? Because we don't understand who our heroes are. We can very easily call off the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, was an amazing human, one of the greatest human beings ever to be produced. We can easily call off the brain and the genius of James Baldwin. We can easily call off our brother Omowale, Baba Omowale, El Haj Malik al-Shabazz, Malcolm X. But what do we know about Louise Little? What do we know about Bernice Baldwin? And what do we know about Alberta King? Why was Alberta King murdered in church by an African man after Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination? Why kill his mother?
Right.
Why did they kill his brother? When you understand the whole story, then you understand that the children that we produce are the produce of the parents. Why is Cheyenne such a musical genius? Because she's the produce of musical genius. We've divorced that, and in so doing, we've robbed ourselves of who our heroes truly are. I was laughing because I said the character of Stephen from Django.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Stephen wouldn't have lasted 10 years on a plantation because he would have been killed.
Yeah.
Q, when we tell the story, we tell it from a perspective that victimization is given a moral quality. Almost like, yeah, but see, we was victims, but we did this. We don't know that the most deadly person on that plantation was that smiling person who they call Mammy. That woman who behind that smile and that handkerchief and that big skirt and those big beautiful and that huge personality that seems like it cared was secretly poisoning her master every day. See, they knew they would play the long game. See,
she was petty,
and she was a warrior. See, so we've crafted being a warrior as the John Wayne shoot 'em up. We're gonna go out in a blaze of glory thing and end our revolutionary career. See, our people have been smart enough to know, I'm not gonna end the torment that I put my tormentors under. I'm just gonna change it. So we talk about, old white man coming. He knock on the door and he send your woman out and she gotta go sleep with him. She come back with him so full of shame. And then the ideas that we have is she come back and she has a shawl thrown on and she's crying and all that. As if the Africans didn't say, I know that this horny bastard is going to call for you. So when he calls for you, you get all the information you can from him. You use your body to get all the information you can for him. And we'll slowly put glass in his food. And he'll look up and he'll make a big purchase, 60 slaves. Oh, Mr. Johnson bought 60 slaves today. And then you find out 2 days later, Mr. Johnson died of a strange illness. Because you don't realize who was providing him with his food, his enemy. He thought she was his friend, but she was always his enemy. This is how African people always got along together. Now we see this inflated ideal, right? The African men and African women don't get along, and it comes from slavery. And no, the most united African people have ever been has been in battle. Don't you understand when they say, where did slaves come from? They say, well, they were prisoners of war. You mean to tell me a boat trip can take a warrior and make him not a warrior on another side? No, he's a military scientist. She's a military scientist. The women who produce revolutionaries are military scientists. When you have sex with a woman, you're producing another revolutionary. But if you look at it on the surface level like your enemy wants you to see it, then all you will see is loss. We've been winning for 400 years because the game was that we wouldn't survive. You see?
And we survived.
Come on. Tell me something, Q. Right now, tell me something, Mr. Edmond, right now. You warn your sons to this day, don't eat everybody's spaghetti. Don't eat every woman's spaghetti. You mean to tell me if you think that poison only work on black bodies? When you look at people like President Zachary Taylor, who died in office after being served cold cherries, and you realize the woman who served him is a woman he had 8 children from through rape. You mean to tell me you don't think women are crafty? No, women produce our heroes. And in this book, Three Mothers, you see how women always produce our heroes. They produce our revolutionaries. Tontoya produced Jean-Jacques Dessalines. She said, listen, I couldn't kill myself because I had to make somebody who would kill my enemies. Think about this, y'all. Know this, y'all. When we study our greatness, realize that we've been winning for 400 years. And we're not going to stop. We will always produce our own solutions.
Preach. Oh,
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody who gave us stars. Professor Donnie is bringing the heat. If you love what Professor Donnie is doing, the book of the day is Three Mothers. But y'all got to support. This is a community radio station. Y'all got to support, because what broadcast in the FM dial would produce such a, what was that, a thesis? What did you just do?
Man, that's our history, man. Our history.
That was a lesson. Like, that was a taught. Yeah.
The professor, that's a lecture. He just did y'all a lecture. They paid $40,000 a year to get you into school to hear that. The professor dropped it, man.
I think they pay a little bit more. But
I want to say, Qiana Rucker, thank you for the stars. Brother John, thank you for the stars. Miss Debbie, yada, thank you, Miss Debbie, for the stars. Yes, y'all. Let us know y'all love what we're doing.
Thank you. We appreciate it. So, yeah, y'all, we're engaging today. Ooh, Libra season, everybody together. There we go. It's not. We're almost to the first of the month. Okay, we're at the end of the month. Thank y'all for the cash apps. Y'all can keep it coming, because come on. I appreciate it. Thank you for the stars. Winnie. I hope y'all come out tonight at the Catalyst. We're going to turn up. It starts at like 9 o'clock. Okay. Right? Y'all just come out. Hang out with your girl a little bit, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, is that like I really wasn't in the birthday mood, and I'm a birthday person.
Yeah, I know.
And I wasn't in the birthday mood, like, but I really was.
Birthday, cause I was like, man, it ain't no party.
Right, because you see, yeah, but yeah, it is a party. It's coming. But yeah, so all right. So do we have an Ask Qiana before we run out of here?
We do have an Ask Qiana. We ready?
Yeah.
All right. Ask Qiana. Ask Qiana being brought to you by
the grocery co-op.
St. Petersburg Grocery Co-op. Buy into your own freedom with the St. Petersburg Grocery Co-op. All right.
Shouts out to One Community Grocery Co-op.
Yes. Dear Qiana, I've been struggling with my weight, and my partner tries to motivate me by making mean jokes about it. However, these comments don't feel helpful. They hurt, and they hurt me deeply instead. How can I talk to my partner about this and ask for their support in a more positive and understanding way?
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I know this is going to be really hard for people. If you cannot communicate with your partner about your feelings, there is a problem. And on top of that, if this is your partner and they don't already know that they hurt your feelings, that's also a problem, because the person that you lay up with and sleep with, you should know how they operate.
What if they know?
And then that is a problem. Okay. Either way, it is a problem. If you know it hurts my feelings, and I'm telling you, or even if I physically haven't told you, my actions are telling you that it's not motivating, because you don't have to physically say something to communicate. Come on. Right? And your job when you're in a partnership is to study your partner. And if you don't do that, then you're not ready for a partnership. And on top of that, if you cannot communicate with the person that you share the most intimate self to, that you're hurting my feelings, again, there is a problem. Because you should be able to say, hey, I don't like that. You know what I mean? And we talk about the 5 love languages. We've talked about this, and communication is the key. I always say the 3 C's: commitment, communication, and consideration. Your partner is not communicating to you properly. They're not considering your feelings in it, and they're not committed to your healthy well-being. So when you think about protection, it's not always physical, it's your emotional and your mental and all of it. So when you're saying, if they want to motivate you, and you say, you have to be able to, you should be comfortable to tell them when you're happy and when you're sad. If I'm your partner, I want to be able to share my highs and my lows with you. If I can only share my highs with you, then there again is a problem.
Come on now.
You know, so this is so again, you got to sit down and figure out if you are afraid to tell them that they're doing something wrong with you, then I'm going to keep on going. There's a problem. And then you need to reevaluate yourself and this relationship.
Right on.
That's why they be asking you.
100%.
That's why they ask.
Mr. Prez, you got to take
Hey, I just love everything that she said. She just really laid it out. Perfect.
Thank you.
I would flip it back.
Go ahead.
On the person. So if they, well, make them understand the power of their words.
Yes, season 28.
Season 28.
Ooh, Q, is this petty? Maybe.
It might be, but go ahead.
Run this past your petty meter.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
pedometer.
A pediometer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's petty, but go ahead. I already ran it.
Okay. When they say something to you like, you are this, that, and the third, then respond by saying,
your mama. Hold on.
But if this is a woman that's saying this, then withhold sex. And when they ask you, tell them, well, you shouldn't want to sleep with a person that's like this. So they say, listen, your neck too fat. You say, okay, cool. But now when it's time, when those needs come around,
my neck too fat.
No, just say no. Even better. Baby, I wouldn't want you to have sex with somebody whose neck was fat.
I like it.
You know, so
hey, caller, go ahead.
Right, I ain't never said I ain't like fat neck.
Oh God.
Hey, listen, man. Happy birthday, Q.
Thank you.
I would appreciate if y'all start sprinkling y'all fingers, man. Y'all need to stop that up there while y'all on that camera, please.
No, sir. You're gonna be involved all month. Go ahead.
And I would like to know exactly what type of seasoning you put on that 28 because I think you use like that accent, that MSG.
Oh, no, this is authentic. Let me tell you, this is the best.
What kind of seasonings you put on 28 to age? Like, never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's a dry age 28.
Bye, Jab.
When you separate that bed, you find out what really matters.
No, you really do. Shana said Q went straight to violence. No, but you know what? No, you can do because you can flip it like that. But on the serious note, that you should really be able to have that conversation with them. And if it's somebody who truly cares about you, then they care about your well-being. And if they want you to be the best you, they're not going to attack you. But then on the flip side, you know, some people, that's all they know as well, because that's how they were treated. And so, you know, if you was abused as a child, you typically become the abuser because it's learned behavior. And so it's something that you really have to reteach. And so whenever you're in a relationship with somebody new, that you have to reteach them how to treat you, because what you expect don't mean the other person that they were with before had those same standards. So you hear people should already know how to treat me. No, they do not, because everybody's level of treatment is different. So you know what? Somebody might accept you cussing them out. That may have been their thing. Chaos is where they operate at, and that's where they love it at. And you do not.
So flip it, Q. And what you're saying is everything you're saying is spot on. What I'm saying is use your rhetorical prowess to flip it. Yeah. If they want to cuss you out, but they still want something from you, when they come to get what they want from you, you tell them, listen, I absolutely would love to give it to you, but I don't think you deserve somebody who you can cuss out.
Right.
I think you deserve somebody who you treat better than that. And since you don't treat me that way, we probably won't make it.
Right.
And then they'll think about their actions. They'll think about it. But see, it might seem like a mind game. It's just a word game. Word these things right. You know what I mean? And I think when we learn how to repackage and reword things, then we'll get it. Like you don't like the phrase, I believe, what do you bring to the table? Right? You don't like that phrase.
But I get it.
But if you don't like it, right? It's very easy. When they ask you for another date or another interaction, you have what's called a rhetorical situation. Now you can explain to them. You can say, listen, I understand. First off, I love you. I like you. You're the best. And I want the best for you. And I don't think you need to be with somebody who you feel like you have to ask what they bring to the table. So I'm going to remove myself from this interaction.
I'm going to remove myself from the table.
I remove myself from the table, yeah. And I want you to really find somebody who you can ask that to, and they'll respect you for it, because I don't.
There you go. With a smile. Okay, so we're at the end of the show. We got like 5 minutes, right? It's going to be.
Want to get your dream picks in, or we got enough time? You got enough time to run through?
No, maybe.
Go. Can you go? Go.
All right, bet. So we got NFL we got NFL picks right now. We already did the Lions Packers. My apologies to anybody who bet on that. Falcons Jaguars, pick the Jaguars. Rams Colts, get the Colts because the Colts gonna whoop that. Ravens Browns, get the Ravens. Vikings Panthers, get the Vikings because they're good. Bengals Titans, get the Bengals because the Titans suck. Bucks Saints, pick the Bucks because the Bucks are better. But Dolphins Bills, that's a tough one. I'd say get the Dolphins, yeah. Broncos Bears, that's the battle of the losers right there. I'd get the Broncos because the Broncos are the better losers. Commanders Eagles, do not choose the Commanders. Yeah, so go Eagles. Steelers Texans, go Steelers. Even though their offense is terrible. Raiders Chargers, go Chargers. My bad. 49ers Cardinals, go 49ers. Yeah, don't go Cardinals. Patriots Cowboys, go Patriots. The Cowboys name it. Chiefs Jets, go Chiefs. And Seahawks Giants, go Seahawks.
All right.
Right, that's the dream picks.
There you go.
Entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only.
Oh, yes.
Everything else, we charge you a booking fee.
Yes, you do. And if you win, we charge the booking fee.
And so donate the fee to the Tampa.
I get 10% of whatever you win.
We'll make it 15 because we'll give him 10 and 5 over here. Go ahead. End
the manager fees.
Yeah. Hustler, final thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead.
Expand your gangster, which it means expand your paradigm in understanding yourself. When you understand who and what you have been, then you'll understand what you are and what you must still be. Expand your gangster.
Lakewood got Bogey tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
I'm going with Bogey because that's where my brother goes to. But we're going to have the one and only King Jab in the house.
So, yeah. Yep. So we'll be live mixing and live spinning in the press box. So come on up and check us out.
And go ahead.
Okay, big shots out to Nathan, Steve from USF came out to the budget hearing. Big shots out to organized Florida Rising, everybody who came out, DSA, Faith in Florida. The budget is so important, man. Thank y'all for being a part. And see y'all next year.
All right, listen, next year
for the budget.
Oh, okay, yeah, next year. All right, so be the change you want to be. Or see, write down those 5 things. Come turn up with your girl tonight at the Catalyst. We'll be there around 9:00. If you go to the Lakewood and Bogey game afterwards, pull up. All right, it's my birthday all month, so we're taking cash apps. We're gonna, if y'all see me do the Libra season, like I appreciate it. Yes, if y'all tag me in the Facebook and I don't heart it, y'all know I'm still locked out. So anybody know Mark, tell him to let the girl back in, please. And yes, thank y'all for all the birthday love. I feel a lot of love today. Y'all done definitely made this day. Yes. So yes, this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Qiana.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
I'm Yasin the Dream.
And I am the intellectual gangster, brother Daniel Professor.
And we are out. See y'all later.